Hello. Hello, welcome everybody. Just take a few minutes to get things started. In the meantime, please feel free to invite others into the masterclass. I know for a fact they're going to enjoy it. Okay, just give me a second or two. I will begin shortly. Okay, so it's going to be exciting. We're going to be talking about growing your hair, how to stop hair loss using natural methods, mainly the fruits and the herbs. Okay, and after the talk, if you want to ask questions, I will invite you to the stage, and then you can ask me a question, and we can and begin. Okay, so let's see. So take a time, like I said, to invite people. So many people will benefit from this, and it's well worth the taking the time to invite them. Okay, okay. And I think what I love about Clubhouse is that when I'm doing an Instagram live and I'm doing a Facebook live, I can't. There's no communication between both of us because obviously that's the limitation. But when you're on Clubhouse, you can actually speak. I can speak to you, like I actually speak to you. So that's very exciting to me because I like two-way conversation. It gives clarity. It helps. It's powerful stuff. So okay, I'm gonna start very soon, shortly in a minute. Like I said, if you're not ready, follow me. Make sure you do click the link above. Click my name, Murab, and also follow me there. That way, when I come on, you will be notified. Okay. I myself, I'm trying to invite some people to come in as well. Let's see. Okay. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. It's a nice Sunday, beautiful day outside. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's begin. So this masterclass is called "How to Stop Hair Loss and How to Grow Back Your Hair." Okay, or simply, if you want to grow your hair, this masterclass is going to show you how to do it. So let's begin. So first, a lot of you will notice that these days it's very common for people to be losing their hair. I've had people as young as 16, 17 tell me that they're losing their hair at an alarming rate and they can't figure out why. Obviously, it's very devastating to lose your hair, no matter the age, because we identify with hair. Hair loss is something that most people will avoid. And in fact, most people would take a different health issue versus hair loss. But the sad thing about the hair loss is that it's unfortunately when it does occur, it's not the body's main priority to regrow it back. In fact, the body will first focus on the parts of the body that need the help most. For instance, if your kidneys are going towards the weak side, your body's going to focus on fixing the kidneys before it will focus on regrowing your hair. Because hair is not important. It's not important for survival, and the body only cares about surviving. That's what it is. Okay, it's nature's law, and we've all heard the saying that the weak always perish and the strong survive. This is how nature operates. And this is no different with your body or your hair. The parts that need attention for survival will first get that attention, and the parts that don't will not get that attention until later on. So this applies to hair loss. It's very important that you understand this, because if you don't, and you start cleansing, you're trying to grow your hair, and the results are not forthcoming as fast as you want, well, that's the reason why. Because there are more pressing things going on inside you than there is that needs attention than fixing your hair. Okay. So okay, let's go. Let's start. So a lot of you know who I am already. Obviously, most of you do. So, but for those who don't, I'll just make a general introduction to myself. My name is Raw Merby. I'm known as Raw Merby on social media. I'm a herbalist. I'm a detox specialist. I'm a radiologist. I also ring tongue Chinese medicine. I know how to take care of heal dogs and cats, any animal for that matter, using the same principles that I use for human beings, meaning using the fruits, herbs, and fasting. Okay. How did I get exposed to this? Well, it's quite interesting. I call it fate because I before I ever knew about healing with fruits and herbs and dry fasting, I was actually a heavy meat eater. Okay, I lifted a lot of weights, bodybuilding. I had to have protein every single meal. So when one day my wife came to me and said to me, let's go to this raw vegan retreat, because my wife was a vegetarian back then. And I said, what, sure, I'll try it. And I didn't truly comprehend, I didn't truly understand what that meant, going raw vegan for 3 weeks. But I like to try something at least once in a lifetime. So I said yes. And then when I got there, and the place was beautiful, mind you, but there was no other food there but greens. Now, when I say greens, I mean microgreens, especially, but not even fruits. There were only greens, and fruits were served actually once a week, on the weekends, which I looked forward to, just because I have a sweet tooth. And also, they used to serve once a week fresh coconut. So it was like a paradise. Be honest with you, the grounds were so beautiful. The greenery, it was just an amazing place to be. And I just dove into it. I started going on the raw. And it's funny enough, though, I did have a lot of joint pains back then. My hair was moving to it was receding. Not hair loss like most people experience. Sorry, it was thinning out a bit. And I was, of course, concerned. And before I actually went to that, actually went to the retreat, that you had to take a blood test. And the doctor there told me that I was pre-diabetic, had severe inflammation, and after that I did have fungal issues, and I also had the thinning hair, as well as extreme joint pains. Okay, because when I went lifting weights all the time, you get this joint pains, and you think it's normal, because on the conventional way says that when you lift weights, you should have soreness, you should have some kind of joint pains. But at that young age, for me, the pain was excruciating, especially in my shoulders. It was like I couldn't sleep on my shoulders without excruciating pain. So anyway, all this changed when I went raw vegan. Everything changed. Like in a matter of a week, the improvements were remarkable. In 3 weeks, I lost a lot of weight, got rid of all the inflammation. Everything that I had an issue with was gone, except the fungus, which was vastly had improved, but not gone completely. Okay. But of course, I fixed that later on with the fruits and the herbs. So that's basically how I got exposed to this. And then I started to learn on my own about fruits and herbs. Eventually, I went to herbal school. I became a herbalist. And then also, everything else was self-learned and due to experience, okay? So I mean, that's me in a nutshell. Now, I've helped so many people, and I continue to help so many people. That's what gives me the greatest joy. And I get testimonials every day, okay, from people who have immensely benefited from this. Okay, and I'll just read one for you, because I think it's important to know that when you affect someone's life, and this goes for you as well. When you learn this stuff, you can help somebody else, and when you get the feedback, you realize that you're doing a good thing. So and it motivates you, right? So this was someone wrote this to me, I think a few days ago, and it says, Raw Marabi, personally, thank God for you. Following your instructions, I have gotten better, and I'm off 2 medications for my heart, and I'm still improving. My doctor can't believe it or understand, but I have to thank you. You have done things for me in a few months that my doctors haven't done for years. If I had 10,000 tongues, I still couldn't thank you enough. Much love and many prayers for you and your family. Okay, so yes, when I get small messages like that, I mean, for me, it's soul food. So that's what pushes me. That's why I keep on doing this. Okay, so let's move on and see. So knowing who I am, why I've done this, I could tell you a million stories of how I've helped people, but I mean, it would take a bit of time, and it's important for me that I jump into this masterclass, how to grow your hair naturally. Okay, stop hair loss and grow your hair naturally. Okay. So the cause of hair loss that most people don't understand, is excess mucus accumulation in the head region, lymphatic stagnation. In fact, it's more precisely lymphatic stagnation. When your lymph system is stagnant, the system that removes waste from your 100 trillion cells, which is then sent to your lymph nodes and then sent to your kidneys. If that lymphatic system is compromised, it will turn to burn hair follicles directly, and also it will affect the glands responsible for hair loss. The glands that are responsible for hair loss, they tend to be the endocrine glands in general. Okay, it's too intricate and too complex. Even though science says we know, we don't really know, the honest truth, how they all work together. But the endocrine glands are responsible for that. And so when you have your hair starts to fall out, 90% of the time it's going to be a lymphatic problem, okay? And remember that your lymph system is dependent on your kidneys, because the kidneys is what cleans or filters out your lymph system. And therefore, if the kidneys are not filtering waste properly, the lymphatic system is going to be congested. That system is going to hold the acids, the toxins, the parasites, and it's going to affect the function of your glands and also burn hair follicles directly. When you have dandruff, usually that's bacteria, but it's also mucus accumulation or being expressed through the scalp. Okay, it's acids, basically what it is. If you have gray hair, again, it's mucus and acids affecting your pituitary gland. Okay, it's compromising the glands, and the gland that is responsible for graying of hair, premature graying, is going to be your pituitary gland, which is the endocrine glands I was speaking of. So yeah, so we need. So if we want to, the cause and effect. If the cause is the lymphatic system, then what causes the lymphatic system to get compromised? Well, it's your diet. It's the diet. So human beings have been conditioned, especially in the past 100 years, to believe that what you eat is not relevant, and that we catch diseases, so to speak. It's not cause and effect. But natural healing understands that everything is cause and effect. Okay, if you're losing your hair, it didn't just happen. It happened, because you are doing things that to have it happen. So there's a cause and there's an effect. And the good news is that if you recognize this cause and effect, then it's fixable. If on the other hand there's no cause and there's no effect, then really you're not in control. But if you understand there is a cause and there is an effect, then we need to just change the cause. So the very first step we take, of course, is always going to be the diet change. Okay, and before I jump into what kind of diet you have to use, let me just first explain that it's something I call the Raw Merriby Healing Triangle. Okay, and it's made of three parts. And those of you who follow me already know it, but perhaps not in this way. But in a triangle, there's three points, right? The top part is going to be the diet, always. Okay, so you fix your diet, you have a good diet, your body is going to be healthy. It doesn't matter what situation is, always will be healthy. Okay, because we are energy beings. We require energy to function. The cells need energy. Therefore, what you put in your mouth and what you consume is essential to the survival of your body. Okay, your mental well-being, your physical well-being is diet. Now, the second part of the triangle is going to be using the right herbs. Okay, so part of my healing triangle is first diet. Number two is going to be the herbs. Some people say herbs. I say herbs. I come from Ghana, and we use herbs. You don't use herbs. So forgive me if that doesn't go your. It's not the way you say it, but yeah, you got to use the right herbs to address the body. Now, herbs specifically, they're used because they help to optimize the structure and function of your cells. Okay, there are herbs for every single part of the body, including the hair. There are herbs for every single gland. It doesn't matter what it is. There are herbs in existence for it. So it's like the divine or nature or whoever you believe in created these plants to serve humans and animals, for that matter, because animals know instinctively what herbs to use when they're not feeling well. Okay, so it's just remarkable how like everything is connected, how everything is intuitive, so to speak, if we just listen to our bodies. And then the third part, of course, is the therapeutics. So the third part of the triangle is going to be using the right therapeutics to help you heal quicker and faster. When I say therapeutics, I mean stuff like learning how to breathe properly, maybe use enemas, dry brushing for your skin, or anything that can help the process of relaxation, of healing, is what I term therapeutics. So that's the triangle. So first is diet, second is using the right herbs, and third is therapeutics. And of course, I mean, not part of the triangle, but of course, you need to give it time, because it took time to get to where you are right now, your hair falling out, etc. And it's going to take a little bit of time to get better as well. Okay, so time is definitely a big factor here. If you recognize that, you have the patience to go through the journey. Now remember that it could have taken you decades to get where you are, or maybe if you're young, you got bad lymph system from your parents and kidneys, you can still get it better, okay? But still time is required. And for most people I've seen, it takes very often a month or two, a few weeks. For bad cases, though, it can take much longer. But considering the fact that it took you decades to get where you are, and it's only going to take you a fraction of time to get better, is well worth the journey. Okay, so I hope you guys understand the three parts. The triangle is super important to understand, because if you understand the healing triangle of the diet, fruits, the diets being the fruits, and the herbs and the therapeutics, you pretty much have a foundation of how to heal the human body. Okay, And of course, I didn't put in dry fasting in there, but it goes with the diet. I will include it with the diet part. And for most, the dry fasting is not something I would recommend immediately, anyways. So I'm keeping it out of the equation right now. Okay, so wait, but a lot of people are saying, wait. I've been told all my life that hair loss is genetics. That we have no control over it. That we need to treat it with some kind of medication, whatever it is. And there's nothing I can do about it. And the human beings were this way. When we believe something so strongly, anybody who tells you otherwise that it can be improved or changed, but you believe it can be, you tend to think that the other person is crazy, and you don't give them a chance to, or even give you yourself a chance to improve your hair or your health, because it's been so ingrained in you by advertising, by your books, by going to school, and they teach you one thing and you listen to it and you accept it as fact, when in actual fact it's not actually a fact. It's just someone's theory. Okay. And be honest with you, everything we are exposed to is a theory. Okay. From everything from what you've learned in school is just theory, and it only becomes true when you apply it to yourself and you can actually experience it, and then you can say this theory is true. But you should never have a closed mind and say, well, I learned in school that I can't grow my hair, so it's genetic, so there's no point in it. So there's no point trying, because anything else that says so, then they must not be telling the truth, okay? Because everything, like I said, everything in the world is a theory, okay? And so the moment you open your mind and allow yourself to try different things, then you'll be able to make progress that you wouldn't have been able to make had you not tried it in the first place, okay? So always go by experience, okay? Okay, so I mentioned that the lymphatic system is crucial when it comes to the hair loss. It's the cause of hair loss. But there are other factors apart from the diet that affect your hair loss. And of course, the genetics have to play a part in it. But when I say genetics, I'm not saying that you are doomed, you were born this way and your hairs will never grow. I'm saying that we all have genetic weaknesses, and that these weaknesses they tend to be expressed the first when your body is compromised or your lymphatic system is compromised. So if you have your family has hair loss in the family, and your system is compromised, your lymphatic system is compromised, you are going to experience hair loss. Okay. However, it doesn't mean that you cannot fix it. Doesn't mean that you cannot get better. It's very important you understand that. Okay, because a lot of people, the argument come to me, oh, my family has heart problems, genetic heart problems, and they have hair loss problems. Yeah, yes, they do have it. But there's also something called epigenetics. They've been eating the same way for generations. You eat the same way. You have the same kind of habits, and therefore the same kind of weaknesses, genetic weaknesses, are expressed the same way in time. If you eat the same foods that your family has been eating for generations, well, you are going to have the same diseases they do. Okay, and if you're smart and you want to get away from that, then you recognize the fact that you can change things and set your path to a different path. Don't follow the same path that your family has followed. Just because you're a family doesn't mean they're right. Okay, and it's important to understand that, because this is how you heal yourself. Okay, so I told you that the diet is the main cause of lymphatic stagnation, and it could also be your toxins in your body. So you have excess toxins in your body. The body will look at it as an alien invader, and it will secrete excess mucus to fight those toxins. Those excess mucus, if it accumulates, it holds acids, toxins. It can't go anywhere. Again, to affect the function of your hair. I mean, the glands that are responsible for your hair. It also affect the function of your body. Period. Because excess mucus, if you don't remove it, it's acidic, it's harmful, it's suffocating to the cells. So our job would be to remove the excess mucus. So toxins, diet, are all big factors when it comes to affecting the lymph system, and therefore affecting your hair growth, okay, or hair loss for that matter. Okay, so now we know that diet is a problem. Stop eating the foods causing the lymphatic system to stagnate. These are the protein and the starches. In fact, every single food on the planet, except the fruits, even the fruits to some extent, will cause mucosic response. Okay, that means the body will produce mucus as a protection mechanism when you're digesting food that is abrasive. But fruits have little or no such obstructions, whereas all other foods, especially cooked foods, do have a mucosic response to the body. So when you eat cooked foods in general, It's a complex food. The food is dead, and the body has to take steps to process it. And this process takes energy from the body, energy that could have been used to heal or revitalize the body. Is being used for digestion, because digestion, I heard somewhere, is about 80%. It takes about 80% of the energy of the body at that time, when the body is trying to digest or process foods. So when you go on a fruits, you're giving the body the food that was designed for the species. It's the only food on the planet that is high energetic, high nutrient, high antioxidant, high flavonoid, high everything good for you is in the fruits. Okay, and yes, people say about the sugars. There's a lot of misinformation there about fructose and how fructose is bad for you, etc. But I can tell you from experience, I've helped quite a few people. Nobody I know of who goes on a fruit cleanse tends to get health issues. And the reason why this is the case is because when you eat sugar, regular sugar like white sugar or any kind of processed sugar, it's highly inflammatory. Okay, and when you eat highly inflammatory foods, again, I told you before that the body will respond by producing excess mucus. Excess mucus will suffocate, can suffocate cells, will affect the function of tissue, organ, and glands, and then you end up getting like diabetes, etc. This is not because of the sugar per se; it's because the sugar is inflammatory. And when the body gets into a state of high inflammation, it produces excess mucus. Excess mucus will affect the function of your pancreas and your adrenal glands and your nervous system, and then you have blood sugar issues. So taking natural sugars like the fructose is the only way you're going to be able to move your lymphatic system, and then get it working better and more efficiently, okay, and therefore cleaning the body up and giving you better health. I mean, me personally, I've never heard of a diabetic fruitarian, and in fact, I know quite a few people in my Facebook group who have, and personally that I've helped, who have gotten rid of their pre-diabetic conditions or even type 2s, okay, so with fruits. So it's kind of like, what I'm trying to get at is that sometimes what you hear is not the truth. You have to experience it to make it your truth. And go on a high fruit diet, your sugar will drop in a day or two. You see a sugar spike, but as the proteins and other fats are removed from the blood, and it becomes an all fruit diet, you see that the sugar will drop, and it drops a lot, and then it stabilizes. And you only have to experience this to understand that I'm telling the truth when it comes to the fruit sugars and how it affects the human body. Okay, we need to get rid of inflammation in the body to prevent any excess mucus and acids affecting the body. That's what it essentially means that we have to do. Okay. So the diet change has to be 100% fruit diet if you want the fastest results. If you want to cleanse the body quickly, move the lymphatic system, which is the system that is responsible for 90% of the problems you're experiencing today, including the hair loss, you need to be on the fruits. A high fruit diet, raw vegan diet, preferably 100% fruit diet. And the fruits that I like the most, I recommend, because I've seen the immense power in them in terms of the speed in which they can help the human body recover, are the berries. The grapes are my favorite. Any kind of dark grape is one of the fruits you need to put on your arsenal. The citrus, like the lemons and the limes, are fantastic as well, very astringent. And then we have the melons, like the watermelon, honeydew, and cantaloupe, are very powerful as well in moving the lymphatic system and cleansing the human body. Okay, fruits are basically like scrubbers. They are scrubbers and healers. They scrub as you consume them, the fiber. If you consume them whole, that is, they cleanse the GI tract. At the same time, they are very nurturing, very cleansing as well. So we need to go on a fruit diet to move the lymph system to get rid of all those excess mucus acids affecting the function of our hair follicles and the glands responsible for hair follicles, and directly affecting our hair follicles. To make progress. So the fruit cleanse is something that I recommend for someone who wants to grow their hair. In the meantime, though, we can also add in green drinks. When I say green drinks, I mean add, I like the base for my green drinks to be celery and cucumber. Okay, so I would juice that, and then I would add in the dandelion greens, beets, spinach, kale, and then throw in some apples for the taste. And I'll do this maybe every other day. I'll throw in a green drink on my fruit only cleanse, okay? Because I'm supplying the body with all the minerals it needs, excess minerals it needs. There's high calcium in there, and the body needs all that for it to stop the hair loss and also then to regrow the hair, okay? So I see how simple it is so far. So we've talked about the diet, why the diet is crucial. The diet has to be the 100% fruit diet, and some green drinks, because we want to move the lymphatic system, the system that is responsible for causing our hair loss. And now when I'm talking about the root cause of all this, I'm not talking about treatments, because when you talk about treatment, they'll say it's DHT, they'll say, it's usually they blame hair loss, especially on men, that they have excess DHT production, and then this causes the hair to fall out. Yes, I'm not saying that doesn't exist. I'm saying that that's not the root cause. Okay, the root cause is deeper than that, which I just explained to you. Okay, just take a quick refresh before I move on to step two of the triangle, which is using the right herbs. Please take the time to do follow me if you haven't done so yet. All you need to do is click my face and then press the follow button, and also please invite people in as well. Okay, this takes a moment to share this, share it on your social media. I want people to be exposed to the truth, and it's important that you are part of it, because I want not only for you to benefit, but also for others that you love or care about to benefit as well. So just to take a moment to share. Okay, it doesn't cost you anything. It's just compassion, and compassion and empathy are two things that are very important for the human race, but also important for you because they make you feel good. Okay, and I mean it's a nice thing to do. Yeah. So having said that, let's move on to step two of the triangle, which means use the right herbs to grow your hair. Now this is exciting because herbs, they're so powerful. I mean, there's magic in every single one of them, and when you combine them in a certain way, they're even more powerful. So just using one herb can do amazing things for you, but combining them in a formula, absolutely amazing. I mean, there's herbal formulas that I always use when it comes to hair, and I use it on a daily basis. These are the neurological tincture on my website and the circulation one tincture on my website. I will describe to you the herbs in them, but I just wanted to reach out and tell you why we use the herbs is because the herbs are crucial when it comes to optimizing the structure and function of our cells. Okay, very powerful stuff. Anybody who uses it knows the power of the herbs. You cannot deny the power in them. They've been used for thousands of years, even before recorded history. Okay, so let's give the respect that the herbs need and understand them, and then we'll be able to use them properly and succeed. So in general, when it comes to healing the human body as part of the triangle, I always make use of something that I call the Fabulous Five. And these are herbs for the kidneys, the adrenal glands, the endocrine glands, the bowels, okay, and the lymphatic system. These are the parts that you need to attend to no matter what you're trying to heal. If you use herbs for those parts without even knowing anything much about herbs, you will make immense progress. And that's why I always see on my lives, I always saying use the Fabulous Five, use the Fabulous Five, because that's the base. And then added to that, if let's say you had a hair loss problem, then if you wanted your hair to improve, you would use the Fabulous Five, and then you would use herbs specific for pushing blood flow to the head region, okay, or hair growth. So that's how, in general, we use the herbs. It's more complicated than that, but if you know anything about me, I like to keep things simple. And in general, you always want to use the Fabulous Five as your base, and you always want to use additional herbs to address the part that you're trying to attend to, which in our case here would be the hair. Okay. And I didn't discuss this yet, but the kidneys are crucial when it comes to growing your hair because, like I mentioned before, the kidneys filter your lymphatic system. And if the kidneys don't filter your lymphatic system, the lymph system backs up and it carries acids and affects your tissue, organ, and glands, then you have a problem. Okay, so the herbs I mentioned, the Fabulous Five, address the kidneys specifically, but you should always look for what we call kidney filtration, and that should be your goal. You need to get kidney filtration when you're trying to heal the human body. And what's kidney filtration? Well, when you wake up in the morning, take a clear jar, a jar that you will not use to drink in, and then urinate into the jar, and then you should see sediment in it. You should see tiny snowflakes in there. You should see mucus strands come in there, and that tells me that your kidneys are removing waste from the body. If you don't see it and it's clear, you got to ask yourself the question: where's all that waste going? Where's all that metabolic waste going? It's going through your scalp, it's going to your skin, but these avenues of elimination are not the right pathway for metabolic waste, at least not the most direct path. Okay, the skin eliminates waste, especially gases, and so that the scalp. But in terms of actual metabolic waste, the most efficient way of getting it out of the body is through the kidneys. Therefore, the kidneys have to be taken care of. So always use herbs to attend to the kidneys, okay? The herbs that I always recommend, I mean, there are formulas on my website, but I'll mention the herbs one by one for those of you who want to list them down and learn about them, okay? So we have herbs like Overursi is one of my favorites. Nettle seed, also a good one. Dandelion leaf, dandelion root. The root tends to be more for the liver, but also benefits the kidneys as well. And you want to use herbs like buchu and Overursi. They have what when they are consumed, they create volatile oils that help cleanse the urinary tract. So if you have anything like a UTI or anything like that, and you take those herbs, they can get rid of it for you because the bacteria doesn't like the volatile oils in them. Okay, so it's important that you make use of quite a formula, of a kidney formula that's strong enough, that has all the herbs you need to cleanse the kidneys. Okay, I can't stress that enough. If you took care of your kidneys well enough, the kidneys literally are the doorways to health. You have good kidneys, kidney filtration, the rest of the body tends to take care of itself rather quickly. That's why sometimes you see that people who eat the wrong diets and they're 80 years, 90 years old, and usually the older generations, they tend to, they can eat the worst food in the world, but they have really strong genetics on the kidneys and the adrenal glands, and they don't tend to get sick. That's one of the primary factors in it. Okay. Okay, so for herbs for circulation, what are the herbs you should use for boosting blood flow to the head region? As I mentioned to you, I have them on my website already as a formula. It's called the neurological one tincture and the circulation tincture. But the herbs that go into the circulation tincture are gotu kola, hawthorn berry. Hawthorn berry is fantastic for, it's also good for the heart as well. Okay, Bacoba moneri, fantastic as well. Butcher's broom is another fantastic herb. Ginger, bilberry leaf. Bilberry leaf is fantastic for your eyes as well. Ginkgo, okay, ginkgo leaf, and cayenne pepper is another good one. In fact, cayenne pepper is so powerful. It's one of the tools you should always keep in your cabinet. If someone needs blood circulation now, taking a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper in water and drinking it is one of the fastest way of increasing circulation in the body. And then finally, the last herb you can use for circulation to the scalp is black pepper. Okay, I like a tincture form always because it's the fastest way of getting these phytochemicals in these herbs into your blood, into the cell, is through a tincture, not tea, not consuming them, but through a tincture, because it has the medium of trace right into, it gets right in quickly. Okay, bypasses the digestive system rather quickly. Then you need to use herbs for your lymphatic system. Now, the lymphatic system is, I've said it over again, it's so important when it comes to growing your hair, because that's what's actually responsible when you start to lose your hair. Your lymphatic system is compromised, hair follicles get burnt. It's hot acid, it's holding acids. Okay, and the reason why the body uses the lymphatic system to carry acids because it's a lipid-based, cholesterol-based system that can absorb those acids and hold them. Okay, whereas any other tissue will get damaged, possibly get damaged if it was to deal with waste from the body. That's a pH of 2.5 to 3. It's hot, and that can affect the cells directly. So the lymphatic system carries that waste, and when it carries that waste, it kind of like neutralizes it. It gets stagnant, it doesn't move, and when it just sits there, it can damage tissue, organ, and glands. So the herbs that I like to use for the lymphatic system, I have them in my formula, lymphatic one tincture. The good ones are poke root, red root, okay, plantain, white willow. These are fantastic. White oak bark is also good as well. Great for the lymphatic system. Okay, help you move the lymphatic system and get it healthy in combination with the 100% fruit diet. Okay. And yeah, you see the herbs I mentioned are so powerful. Like, I mean, each one of these herbs, even though I've classified them as kidney herbs and lymphatic herbs, they have multiple uses. Like, they benefit different parts of the body. But when we use it as a formula, we combine the herbs together. We use it to target a specific part of the body. In the case I'm doing right now, I use those herbs for the kidneys, lymphatic system, and to help hair grow as well. Okay. And then another thing you should make use of is, of course, strengthen your endocrine glands. The endocrine glands are the glands that produce hormones. They essentially govern the body. And the master endocrine gland is the pituitary gland. And you want to make use of herbs like cheese tree berry. This plant was literally designed for the pituitary gland. And it's good to have it in your in a formula or take it by itself, because you want a strong pituitary gland. That's a gland that controls your adrenal glands, your pineal gland, pancreas, you name it. Any kind of endocrine gland is controlled by your pituitary gland. So you want it nice and healthy. So we can use chaste tree berry. We can even use dandelion root, even though it's more like for liver. Hushu Wu is another good one. Holy basil, juniper berry, parsley, rhodiola, saw palmetto, and wild yam root are fantastic for the endocrine glands. And this is strengthening endocrine glands. So you have endocrine glands healthy. Your body is pretty much in a good place with the healthy kidneys, with the healthy lymphatic system, and with the right diet. You will start to make progress like you cannot imagine. Okay, in a quick way. So the other plant I'd like to introduce you to, which is important when it comes to growing hair, is horsetail. Horsetail is fantastic because horsetail and bamboo leaf, for that matter, or bamboo stalk, have the highest amount of silica in them that are bioavailable. Now, we need silica because silica is used for collagen production. and you have the good amounts of collagen, you can grow nice hair, skin, and nails. Okay, so we always put horsetail tea in there or bamboo leaf tea, and then we drink it on a daily basis. It provides us with the silica we need as we're cleansing the body, as we're healing the human body. It's that powerful, literally. Okay, so the hospitals make you now we want to use hair oils to push blood flow to the head region whilst we are addressing the internal parts of the body. You want to use essential oils like rosemary, lavender, yin yang, fantastic for boosting blood flow to the head region. You want to use a good carrier oil like castor oil is good as well, black Jamaican castor oil or just regular castor oil. You want to make use of almond oil, it's fantastic. Sesame oil, also fantastic for the hair as well. So you will do this once a day or once every other day whilst you are addressing the root cause of the problem, which is the lymphatic system, the kidneys, with the diet and the herbs needed to cleanse the whole body. Okay, that's how you start to get your hair to grow. And you have to be consistent. It's very important to understand that consistency is the key when it comes to growing your hair. Okay, like everything else. If you're consistent, you win the game. If you're not consistent, you try something and you stop. Try something and stop. You never make the progress you deserve. Okay, so now let's talk about the third part of the healing triangle, which is the therapeutics. Now, before I continue, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I certainly am. And when we're done, I'll open the stage so you can come and ask questions. It doesn't have to be about hair loss. It can be about anything that with natural healing, provided it's within that realm. I'm more than happy and glad to help you. But in the meantime, let's refresh the room and take the time to invite others in. Okay, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't cost you anything to press the share button, invite your friends over, share. Sharing is caring, and there's a lot of karmic benefits that come to you as well. So please take the time to share. And also be sure to follow me. Press click on my face and you see it says follow and follow me as well. The information I intend to bring to Clubhouse is unlike anything that I see, because whilst people have general discussions on specific topics, my goal is to share with you my knowledge, but also then address your questions as well. Okay. And do my best to help you. So take a moment to share before we move on to therapeutics. That is using the right techniques to accelerate the healing process. Okay, and there are four ways that methods I like to use to encourage faster healing. And the first one is improving your skin elimination. So let's do stuff that can help our skin be more efficient. I like dry brushing. Dry brushing is fantastic for the skin, but also fantastic for the lymphatic system. So make sure you dry brush on a daily basis. Okay, or you can also use a towel brush. You take a towel, cotton towel, and you literally brush your skin. Okay, and what it does is it's moving the lymphatic system, but at the same time, it's also cleansing your skin. Look it up on YouTube. I can't really go on because this is an audio platform. I can't really show you how it's done, but if you look up on YouTube, dry brushing or skin brushing, you'll find videos that actually show you how to do it. It's fantastic for you. Next, to improve the skin, you want to make sure you are sweating. Sweat at least 30 minutes a day. It's absolutely remarkable what a little sweating can do for you. Apart from the fact that you are helping the thyroid, because the thyroid's job is to increase metabolic weight and also help sweating. When you take it upon yourself to improve sweating, you're doing your body a service, because that's a way of eliminating waste as well through the skin. So use a dry sauna, use steam sauna, but do not, I repeat, do not use infrared sauna, okay? Infrared sauna is something that is unnatural. You're heating the body from the inside out. Nobody truly understands what the implications are. They say they do. I've seen studies that say it's good. I've seen studies that say it's bad. I personally would not risk it, okay? And then, so the next part of the therapeutics is that you want to make use of massages to the scalp, okay, which is part of the skin, I would say. So make sure you do massage your head on a daily basis, at least 5 minutes. And it doesn't have to be hard. You just take your fingers and you both hands with fingers and start almost like pinching your scalp and massaging your scalp gently in a round fashion. You start from the back of the head and move towards the front, okay? And once you're done, you can do it once a day or twice a day. The more you do it, the better, because you're boosting blood flow to the head region, okay? And another step you want to do is clean your sinuses. I can't stress this enough. When it comes to growing your hair, you need to clean your sinuses. Most of us think that we have good sinuses when we're not congested, but I can tell you that 90% of people walking around have congested sinuses, even though they feel they don't. So use ear candling or a spray gun of water to wash your ear, the mucus in the ears. You want to use a neti pot for your nose, maybe with essential oils like eucalyptus oil or peppermint oil. You want to, like I said, massage the back of your head. You can also take ACV, a tablespoon of ACV mixed with a finger-sized amount of horseradish or wasabi. Mix it together. Take about half teaspoon to a teaspoon of it, and to help you break, it to stimulate your nose will start to run, your eyes will start to water, and this can help you get some of the mucus out as well. You also want to use the eyesight tincture on my website. It has herbs in there like bilberry, eyebright, and red raspberry, golden seal, fantastic for cleansing the eyes as well. So get the sinuses clean, because remember, the acid in the head region, if it sits there via the lymphatic system, via mucus, it's going to affect the hair follicles directly. So you want to get all that acid out of you, okay? And then we also have to remember that we cannot get the acids out of us effectively if we are constipated. That means we can't use the washroom, or if we're lymphatically constipated, because your head literally sits on the GI tract, and the GI tract connects every single organ. So in some way, shape, or form. So you want to make sure that you're not constipated lymphatically, and you're using the washroom properly. So use enemas and use herbs for the bowels. Very important. Good herbs for the bowels include Cascara sagrada, gentian root, cape aloe. Okay, three of the most powerful ones you can use, or artichoke or turkey rhubarb. These help you move your bowels, and cleanse it for you, as well as strengthen it as well. And you also want to use enemas as well if you can. If you're doing a cleanse, use the enemas daily. If you're not doing a cleanse directly, you can do it every other day or every 2 days. But you should do them to give you relief. You feel better, and it helps you relieve the waste that's preventing your hair from recovering. Okay. So I've covered that. So the three parts. So let's move on to, of course, kidney filtration, which I covered, which is a crucial part in getting waste out of your system. Let's move to another exercise you can do to help boost your healing process, and that's rebounding. A lot of you have heard of rebounding, but rebounding comes with a caution. Even though rebounding is fantastic for your lymphatic system, it helps. Remember, the lymph system is crucial when it comes to growing your hair, losing hair, stopping the hair loss. You want to make sure that you're filtering through your kidneys first, because if you do any kind of intense exercise and you don't filter, you are increasing the acidic burden in the body, and your hair loss will likely get worse. So make sure you're filtering. And if you are filtering, do rebounding on a daily basis. You do not need to jump on the rebounder. You just need to bounce. Okay, you're looking for that nice, gentle bouncing action that's going to move your lymphatic system for you. Okay, it's amazing what it can do. That simple bouncing movement on your body can take you a very long way. Okay, so I think we're almost done in terms of therapeutics. But basically speaking, you want to find any method you can to help move your lymphatic system and get your body healthy. Taking walks are a good idea, because again, you're moving your lymph system as well, and also the slight exercise. It's good enough. It's not too intense, but it's good enough to improve your health, at the same time get your kidneys and your adrenal glands and your whole body moving better. So walking 15, I prefer 30 minutes a day, is fantastic for you if you are able to do so, okay? Just don't overdo it. Don't run. Know your limitations. Don't put too much pressure on the body. Remember that when you're trying to grow your hair or trying to heal the body, it's all about relaxation. Which brings me to my next therapeutic, which is a meditation. Okay, you always want to meditate. Meditate 5 to 10 minutes in the morning and 5 to 10 minutes before you close your eyes. You can do it whilst lying in bed. The key is start your day with meditation and end your day with meditation. Why? Because it reduces stress. Okay, number one, stress affects your adrenal glands. Adrenal glands affect your kidneys. Kidneys affect your lymphatic system. It's a big vicious cycle. So you want to make sure you're not stressed out. Okay, therefore get as much relaxation as possible as well. Okay, and you also want to make sure that you are getting enough sleep. Okay, make sure you sleep. Don't go to bed too late, and get the allotted amount of time. If most people, I usually do like 6 to 7 hours, even though I think it's better for me to do it like 8 or 9. But because of my work schedule, I do about 6 or 7. But you should aim for 7 to 8. I mean, it's not a golden rule. Just get enough sleep. Try and get enough sleep. And if you can't sleep right now, make use of herbs to help you sleep, like valerian root, skull cup. These are hops, fantastic for putting you to sleep. Of course, use it before you go to bed, not afterwards. There's a formula on my website called Good Night Sleep Tincture. You can use that. Fantastic for you, okay? Okay, guys, thank you so much. Hope you guys are enjoying this like I am. And like I said, let's take a time to share. Okay, soon I'll open the stage, and I want you guys to invite others to who will benefit. So let's keep the sharing up. Okay, just press the share button. Invite somebody and you know or who you care about, and then I'll get to the questions and answers and help you as best as I can. Okay, so yeah, so I've explained to you the three parts of the triangle that you need to use when you're healing any part of the body. In this case, the hair. I mentioned the herbs you need to use. I mentioned the therapeutics you need to use, the hair oils, the specific herbs, and the diet change. All these are crucial. You combine them all together and give it a little bit of time, and your hair will improve. Okay, there's no denying it. When you go on a raw vegan diet by itself, high fruit diet, the nutrients you're receiving, your hair tends to flourish, your skin flourishes, everything. Sometimes though, it can get a bit worse, and I explained to you already why this would happen. It's called a healing crisis. So a healing crisis indicates that when the body is healing itself, it's going to get rid of weak tissue or cells. It doesn't have a human mind where it says, oh, let me save this tissue and let me save that tissue. It's very complex and very intuitive, but in general, it will not. It doesn't tend to save weak tissue. In other words, if your hair was falling out to begin with, it's likely that it's going to continue falling out, but then it's going to regrow. And when it regrows, it's going to be stronger. Okay, nature's law: weak is eliminated, strong survive. So the body will sometimes get rid of the hair that it deems unsavable, and it will regrow new hair. So you have to be aware of that. And you can have cold and flu-like symptoms. You can have these are the most common ones: cold and flu-like symptoms, fevers, headaches. Okay, but the hair loss issue it doesn't happen often, but it can happen. But the hair always grows back. I have to tell you this. And the time it takes for the hair to grow back, it varies for everybody. If your hair is weak and it doesn't have the color and the vibrancy in it, going on the cleanse I showed you will probably revitalize it quickly. If your hair is thinning out like mine was, again, going on such a diet, as I mentioned, will revitalize it and regrow. If you have no hair whatsoever, it can take you up to 8 to 12 months to see new sprouts, new strong sprouts, okay? The only reason why it will not grow back is if you have actually lost hair follicles. And in my opinion, it's very rare that the hair follicle is dead. Okay, it can always regrow. The body always wants to heal itself and get better. And therefore, if you put in the right environment with the fruits, herbs, and the therapeutics, it will get better. It's just a matter of time. The time is a factor. Because we're impatient, because we don't have, we are human beings and we want everything now. We don't tend to have that patience, and we miss out on beautiful, nice, healthy hair. Okay, and that's why you see the majority of people will benefit. Some people will not benefit. Some people get frustrated and quit, and they'll say, no, it's the system doesn't work. It does work, and it beats taking medication for it. It has nasty side effects for it. So I mean, I personally, given a choice, I always go on the natural side. And then, so I hope you guys think the same way too. Okay, so thank you so much for coming on the masterclass. Now I'll open open the stage, and you can come up. Please keep the questions to spirituality. If you have any questions on even on the fruits and the herbs and any kind of spiritual or mental healing, I can do my best to help you with that regard. Okay, so if you want to ask a question, just tap your mic, and I'll bring you up, and we can ask a question. Okay. Don't feel shy. Like I said, we are all like a family here, and we all want to help one another. And if I can't answer the question, I'll tell you I can't answer the question. I have no problem whatsoever saying that. I only know what I know, right? And so if you have any questions, feel free, tap the mic, and I'll bring you up. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Anybody here wants to ask a question? Okay, Joy wants to ask a question. Okay, Joy. Um, so Joy, I invited you, accept it, and come up and ask your question.
Hi,
Hello, hello, Joy. How are you doing today?
I'm alright. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. Yes.
Okay. Sorry, that was actually a mistake, but I might as well ask a question. So, how about African hair, 4C type 4C hair?
Okay. Well, African hair is different. Obviously, it's different than say a Caucasian hair, but the principles are still the same. Okay, the same principles are involved. I mean, I've had people with all races of their hair types. It's all the same principles. As you know, the principle I share of you is diet, herbs, in the therapeutics. It applies to everybody. It doesn't matter the quality of your hair or the texture of your hair. It makes no difference. But if you apply the same principles, both benefit. In fact, seen firsthand more people with African hair achieve results faster than the Caucasian. That's from my personal experience. And not to say that is the case for across the board. I'm just saying that the principles apply to any kind of hair or any kind of race. It makes no difference whatsoever. Do you have another
Ah,
question?
thank you so much. Yeah. No,
It's
thank
a pleasure.
you.
Thank
That
you for
was
coming
very
on.
helpful.
It's a
Yeah,
pleasure.
that's fine.
Okay. Anybody else has a question? Okay. Oh, sounds. Okay. Here we go. Oh, okay, I invited you, sounds. Just accept it and come on stage and ask your question. I'm
Hi,
sorry.
hi.
I'm calling your name sounds, but I mean, is that like your real name?
No, my real name is Paul, but that's just my artist name.
Okay. Hi, Paul. How you doing today?
I'm pretty good, and you?
Good, thank you. So, how can I help you?
Um, I wanted to ask about the grape only diet or fruit only diet. Um, what is it exactly? Because can I like drink water, or can I take eat some nuts or whatever? Or I don't know. Is it only 100% fruit for how many time should I do that?
Okay. So, I mean, why the when I use the grape diet or the lemon only cleanse or the melon only diet, I use it for those people who want results quickly. Okay. And the
Yeah.
reason why we use a grape only diet, and the word says grape only diet, is nothing but grapes, because we want to digestion. We want to speed up moving the lymphatic system and getting the kidneys working better. And when you go on a mono fruit, as one fruit, which is the grapes, you are allowing the body the fastest opportunity to heal itself. When you combine different fruits together, it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's bad by any means. For instance, if you let's say you had some sweet fruits like dates or bananas, and you had it with apples and pears, there's nothing wrong with that. You can have that, but it's just a slower process for digestion. And when you're trying to heal the human body, I like to keep it as efficient and powerful as possible. So I use the mono fruit. If you did go on a mono fruit cleanse, and how long would you need to do it? That's a good question. It depends on what you're trying to heal. If you have a severe issue you want to resolve, I start with a minimum of a 20 to 30 day dark grape only diet, and that's a start. It's not like it ends there. I mean, it could end there depending on if you've gotten better. But for most people, it will continue. And so most people, what they will do is that they'll go on a 20 to 30 day dark grape only diet, and then they'll have like another 5 days of maybe a raw vegan diet, and they'll go back again, that sort of thing. So yes, when I say grape only, it means grape only, nothing but grapes. And you eat about 2 to 3 cups of grapes a serving, and usually about 3 to 5 meals a day. Okay.
Okay.
And did I miss any question? Part of the question? I don't think I did. Did I?
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. I have another question also if you have time.
Sure.
So I'm like half black, half white, and younger I used to be like darker skin. Now I have like pretty pale skin. I don't know if that's um uh because I live in a we're in a country where it's almost every time is cold and no sun. So I live in Quebec City, and we have like 8 months of winter. So I don't know if it's part of that, because when I go to see family that I have in Mexico, for instance, I go there for 2 months, and then my skin gets darker all of a sudden. I don't know if it's because of what I eat. I don't know if it's I did have a weak diet. I'm trying to, with your videos, trying to uh, have a better diet. So I don't know if that could be related. So yeah, that's my question.
Okay, yeah, that's a very good question, actually. You may not know this, but I'm also mixed race as well. I'm from Ghana, West Africa. My mom is Ghanaian, and my dad is Lebanese. So I do have African blood in me, lots of it, actually. If you see my family tree, my current family, you'll be amazed. We have Caucasian all the way down to, a dark skin and everything in between. So for me personally, when I go back home to Ghana, you will see my skin change. It comes really, really dark. Not dark, I mean pigmentation, but you will see the remarkable difference between the two shades. The sun has everything to do with it because when you go to a hot climate, the skin, the sun is acidic, and the body has to adapt to the sun rays, right? Whereas when you're in Canada, you're not being exposed to a lot of direct sunlight, so the skin color will also lighten. The only caveat to that is that if you had skin pigmentation, if you had blotches, then I would say, okay, there's something wrong. But if you're just getting lighter colored as you stay longer and longer in Quebec, we all know Quebec is usually freezing, and you have long winters, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think there's any problem whatsoever from what you have told me, unless you have skin discoloration.
No, it's not the skin discoloration. I'm just really pale, and just when I go back to like Mexico for 2 months, like I said, I just get so dark,
Yeah.
and I like my skin a little bit darker.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Trust me, I like my skin darker as well too. But I think I like both. If I'm in the cold, then I'll get a lighter skin. I go back home, I get darker skin. To me, it's all the same. I mean, like you just got to
Yeah.
love who you are and then accept it's where you live. Unfortunately, the human species is not meant to be living in a cold climate. Period. We're all tropical species. That's where we all came from, and obviously for thousands of years, and but we all belong in the tropics. My point is, we just unfortunately we live in places where we have to live because we're either born there or we move there, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't worry about that at all.
Okay, great. That's perfect.
Okay, well, any other question?
Maybe one last one about filtered water. Like I don't want to drink tap water anymore because of all the bacterias and fluoride that it's in it. So I don't know if you have something to suggest, like a filtered bottle or a water filter.
Yeah. Well, I like distilled water for the very simple reason that it's the
Okay.
only water you can get that doesn't have pharmaceuticals. Any other water, filtered, reverse osmosis, spring water, has pharmaceuticals. In fact, they took a sample of water in the Himalayas at the very top. It does have pharmaceuticals in there. So personally, I use distilled. I have the tabletop distiller. I boil water every other day and I drink it. Because I eat on a high fruit diet, I don't even get thirsty, so I usually don't drink water. But if I do, it will be distilled water with lemon in there or some herbs in there. But you can use spring water, you can use reverse osmosis. Those are my second and third choices.
Okay, so you just have to like buy the machine to have it distilled,
Yeah,
right?
it's very inexpensive. You go on Amazon and the one I use called Mega Home. I bought mine like for $150. That was like 9 years ago, and it's still lasting today. It lasts you for a very long time, and it's well worth it. You put it on overnight, it brews the water for you. Sorry, it distills water for you. In the morning, sitting there, you put it in your fridge and you drink it. I mean, to me, that's the best way of getting out my water.
Okay. Oh,
Okay,
that's great. I'll go and look it up.
okay,
Thank you very
yeah.
much.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, next person. I want to go in order. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, I sent you an invitation. The next person in line. There we go. Just give it a second. Let people jump in. Um, hello.
Hello, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, very well. Thank you. And how about you? How are you doing
Okay,
today?
I'm well, and I definitely want to thank you. I've been following you for off of all the social media sites, and I have bought several herbs and stuff. So I'm grateful for that. But I have a question as far as my nephew. I want to say since COVID happened, and this is going on 2 years. At this point, he still have not regained his smell or his taste, and he's 22 years old.
Yeah,
And
okay.
do you suggest, what would you suggest? I understand, I think, the neti pot, he's been doing all of that because he's from the islands, from the islands. So he do have remedies with like tinctures or certain things, and he's been patient. I think he's just he's impatient. He's been doing it for so long trying to get it
Yeah.
right. And I just want to know, do you have any suggestions maybe for a diet or raw or just, I'm concerned.
Yeah. Well, I mean, unfortunately, it's very common, right? It's happening to so many people. The way I found to deal with it, apart from the fact you clean your sinuses, I think I gave you information on that already, right? To clean your nose, clean your eyes, clean your ears.
You gave it for me because it was some stuff that I needed, but
Yes.
I
So,
know that I tried to let him join in so he can ask the question himself, but he's just so over. He's just he's going through so much. So it's like I said, I'll try to
yeah.
get some information, but so that's what that's why I'm on here.
Okay, yeah. So you see, we have something called cranial nerves in our head region, and without getting too
Mhm.
complicated about it, basically, when you get when you have exposed to what he was exposed to, I don't even want to say the name. What
Okay.
happens? What happens is that you get a lot of mucus congestion in the head region, and that affects the cranial nerves. So the cranial nerves, how it works is that it's stimulated by different things. For instance, we have by smell, we have by taste, and we have by vibrations or feeling. So they tend to get compromised, and then you lose your sense of smell or taste. So I think I shared this on
Mhm.
my one of my feeds. So you basically take like honey or salt and put it on your tongue, okay? And in the meantime, the same time you're doing that, you're gonna take some essential oil like eucalyptus oil or any kind of strong oil that's usually citrus oils are good, and then you're gonna inhale each nostril as you have the salt and salt or sugar on your tongue. And this is because how it works is that the tip of the tongue is the only part that tends not to get affected quickly by mucus and acids caused by what he went through. So
Mhm.
when you stimulate the tongue and at the same time you put you try and stimulate the sense of smell, they tend to work together, meaning that the strong pulls up the weak. So it's a series of exercises. It doesn't necessarily happen, give you relief immediately, but if you keep on doing it, you are building up you're strengthening the nervous system in the head region. And once it gets back on board, the sense of smell and taste will come back. I do have a series of exercises to do. I mean, because there are different methods to use. For instance, if you take a toothbrush, a vibrational toothbrush, the electric one,
Yes.
and you put it on your teeth and you clench it, not too hard, and you put it on, and then again take the essential oils and put it onto your nostrils. Again, you're stimulating a different nervous system in the cranial nerves by the
Okay.
vibration versus the smell. So it's a series of exercises you have to go back and forth, and I have them
Mhm.
listed. I was going to share it with my with everybody, but I haven't yet compiled it properly. But I'm willing to do so quickly to get it into your hands to help him. But apart
Okay.
from, apart from
Great.
that, I'll try lemon only cleanse, very strong for that. You also want to take in apple cider vinegar, mix it with I talked about it on the live on the masterclass already. Mix it with horseradish root or wasabi, and take a teaspoon of it. It will make him tear up, and his nose will run. Keep on doing that like, as an exercise, and that's what's going to help.
Okay.
Once you get the lymph system moving in the head region, your sense of smell and taste will come back.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Okay,
Thank you. I truly appreciate it. Thank
it's,
you.
it's my pleasure. Yeah, let me bring the
Okay.
next person up.
Um.
Okay, next person. I think it was. Okay, let me invite you right up. Is it Neila? Neila, I hope I'm saying it correctly. Neila, I invited you up, so accept it and come up. Neila, are you there? Let's give it a minute for Neila to come up. If she doesn't come up, then I'll invite someone else. Neila?
Hello?
Hello, how you doing today?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear
I'm
me?
great. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yes, yes, thank you. Am I saying your name correctly? Neila?
Naila.
Naila. Okay, nice. Even better. Okay,
Yes.
Naila, yes. Feel free and ask me a question.
Question. I'm having issues with acid reflux right now.
Okay.
Um, I'm doing better, but it still comes and goes at times. I guess it all depends on what I'm eating and when I eat it. I also
Yeah.
have issues with arthritis in the knee, right knee and left knee, and in the shoulder. What do you
Okay.
suggest for those?
Okay, so let's take it one by one. They're all interconnected. So I mean, you heal one, you heal the other
Yes.
one. You have your pain, joint pains. This is trapped acids. Literally, your lymphatic system is compromised. Okay, so you know what the lymph system is. I presume you follow me already, right?
No, this is my first time. My daughter sent you to.
Oh, really? So you have not been exposed to my videos or anything like that, have you?
No, no,
You have or you haven't?
I have not.
Okay, okay, Neil. Sorry, I do. Okay, I apologize. I think that I'm thinking that everybody in here knows about what I teach. But do me a favor right now, so you know to help. Be very helpful. First of all, you want to follow me on the clubhouse, but more importantly, go to my profile link and click the link there. It takes you to my social media and follow me. And any of those platforms, because I have thousands of videos there that will help you understand what I'm about to tell you. Okay, I'll tell
Okay,
you in the
that's fine.
fastest way possible, because if you don't understand the lymph
Thank
system,
you.
it's kind of difficult. So acid reflux is caused by, there's several factors why you would have acid reflux, but based on what you've told me about your pain, I can jump to conclusion and say that it's your lymphatic system. Okay, because when your lymphatic system is compromised, especially in your case the gut, you you're not removing waste, metabolic waste from every single cell in your body produces waste. Okay, and the waste has to be carried by your lymphatic system, which is your main immune system, or your sewer system, the main sewer system of your body. The waste is carried by the acids from your gut is carried by the lymphatic system through to your lymph nodes, where it's processed and then sent to your kidneys. So when that pathway gets stagnant, in other words, it's not moving properly, those acids stick around and they start to burn you from the inside out. So you get this burn, okay? If you don't fix it or remove it quickly, it leads to more severe issues like Crohn's, any kind of chronic bowel issues. It's possible acid reflux, heartburn can lead to that if you don't fix it. So the way to fix it, and your joints at the same time, is of course change the diet. So you need to go on. I would go on green drinks or any kind of dark greens for a little while, because fruits are so strong. Sometimes when you have acid reflux, you think you feel like it's getting worse when you go on the fruits, and that's because the fruits are moving your lymphatic system, which is full of acids and it's being expressed. So I would go on the green drinks and a raw vegan diet, high on the green drinks, and do that for maybe a week, and then add in the fruits you can tolerate. I don't know. I'm sure you know which fruits you can eat by now that
Yes.
don't disturb you, right? I'm guessing like apple, pears. Is there any in particular you can eat?
Um, I can eat apples. I can eat pears. Sometimes I can eat apples, but pears no.
Okay. Well, you would find the fruits that you can tolerate, okay, that don't bother you, and then you would have those. And if you stay consistent and you use herbs to support you, you will see that the acid reflux goes away, and the inflammation will also go away. Okay, it's rather remarkable, but the two are connected, because remember I said your lymph system affecting your gut is the same lymph system affecting your joints. Okay, and you want to get those acids out quickly. Again, if you leave those acids there, it gets worse and worse, and you leave to, of course, arthritis, but it will start so-called spread, even though it's not really spreading. You know what I mean? So you need to go on a 100% fruit diet, preferably, but if you can, green drinks first, and then add herbs for your bowel. So I can't list all the herbs for you because there are too many. But when I say go on herbs, I mean go to my website and you see what I'm talking about. The names of the herbs listed underneath the ingredient list, and you can always model it or get them from me as well. It doesn't matter to me, provided that you get better. I'm fine with that. But you need herbs for your bowels to strengthen your bowels. You need herbs for your kidneys, for your adrenal glands, for your lymphatic system. You have to address all those whilst you're on the diet, and this will improve. It will improve your pain in a matter of a few days or weeks. You get relief from the pain. You get better and better as you do this, and then your lymphatic system in your gut improves. You see that the acid reflux also stops as well. Okay, it can take you a little bit of time because, believe it or not, this is quite chronic for most people. Acid reflux is telling me that your gut, essentially your lymphatic system in your gut, is not moving properly, and your kidneys are not filtering. So this is a kidney problem. The pain tells me that as well. So we need herbs for those parts I just mentioned.
Okay, that
Okay.
sounds great.
And like I said, you can always reach out to me on my profile link and ask the question there, and I can send you a protocol, an actual protocol. I know it's difficult because we're on an audio platform. I mean, I can only describe to you, but I can't. It's hard for you to follow. So the way to do it is to reach out to me on any of my profile. Go to my profile, find my website or any other social media, and ask the question there, and I'll send it to you.
Okay, that's fine. It's good. It's good. It cleared up a lot of things for me.
Okay, excellent. And don't give up. Remember that the power is in your hands, literally, to heal yourself. The divine
Okay,
has given us this power. You just have to use it.
I'm not giving up. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next person. I guess it was Richie. Richie, I'll bring you up. Give me a second. Invite to speak. Here we go. Okay, yeah. Richie, accept it and come up. Richie, are you there? Let's give Richie a moment, and then okay, Richie's here.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, Richie. How you doing?
Hi, nice to meet you, Rob.
Likewise.
Greetings, everyone. So I just had a couple questions. So, but regarding the hair loss thing, how important is zinc? Because I'm seeing a lot of posts just around about the zinc deficiency causes like hair loss, like
Yeah.
like
Okay.
baldness, and I've noticed, well, just my problem personally, just I've noticed spinning on my hair because I'm 38 now, and I've noticed my hair thinning from about 25, like in the center, like at the crown. So it's been like thinning, but not bad. But I've noticed it myself, and just kind of over the years, like slightly worse, slightly. But I've still got hair there. But I'm just wondering the whole zinc issue, and also like semen retention. How much importance do you put on that? Because I guess there's a lot of zinc in semen as well.
Um, yeah. So I mean, zinc is important, and so is copper. Important for hair growth and hair loss. Usually, a deficiency in that will cause the hair to fall out more. But I presume you listen to my masterclass, right?
No, I haven't heard that
No, the
one.
one I just did. Or you just pop in? Like I did a masterclass
Oh
before these
no,
questions.
I was, I have been listening from the beginning. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So yeah, I see. I always address the root cause. I don't address like I mean I don't use isolate chemistry. Like if you came to me and you wanted to heal your body, I don't and I would never tell you go use zinc and copper or any kind of vitamin mineral because your adrenal glands, the glands that make use of minerals, are the glands responsible. So if you had a zinc deficiency or you had a copper deficiency, the first thing I would look at would be adrenal glands, and these same adrenal glands responsible for controlling your kidneys. Kidneys are responsible for cleaning your lymph system. Lymph system, if compromised, will affects everything. So you can see the chain. It's like a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
I have no problem telling people to use zinc. You know, it's good to use. Let's say when you have what's going on around right now. You know, if you had that issue and you use zinc, it can kind of help you as well. I'm not against that, but it's not gonna save you. Put it that way. The zinc and the copper are not gonna save you because the root cause is not being addressed. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so I do think that important is also for the semen as well, and also important. But if you went on a high fruit or a vegan diet, you're getting all the mineral and vitamins you need, and you're very likely will not be deficient. I've never heard of it being so. Yeah, you do hear on in the mainstream media, which is skewed, that the vegans have a B12 and a vitamin D problem, but actually it's not vegans only; it's the whole population. Because B12, the way people used to get it would be in the animal products, but back in the day, the animal products would be in the field and they'll be exposed to the bacteria. But these days they're not; they're in cages and they're mistreated, and you're not getting the B12 that you think you're getting at all, actually. So there's nothing wrong by using B12 and vitamin D if you need it, or zinc and copper, but address the root cause at the same time, and then you're making progress. If zinc was truly the problem, and then you took the zinc and you get the benefits, why not fix the root cause so that it doesn't come back again? Because eventually, if your adrenal glands are weak, your zinc is going to go down again, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I just with the so is that were you finished?
Yes, yes.
I was just about the fruits as well, because I was just considering like the grape fast and the lemon fast. Is there a difference? Is there a big difference between having like the whole grape and lemon as opposed to like juicing?
You can
Because I
do
know you like
both.
the
Juicing,
bits of the lemon, bits of the grape. Is that a big difference from just juicing it?
there's a difference. When you juice, there's no fiber, so you are basically it's a faster healing process. It's not ideal long term. Obviously, if you can go on a juice cleanse for 30 to 60 days, however long it may be, and it will heal you. But my point is, some people don't want to go that route. It's too drastic. They'll lose a lot of weight quickly. So it depends on what you can tolerate. You know, I don't. I believe in balance. I believe in it depends on your state, your current state. If you're in trouble and you want to get yourself better, I would say go on a juice cleanse. If you are not in trouble and you want to take your time, then you can eat the fruits, solid fruits, the grapes and the lemons as well. So it depends on you. So this what I teach is called detoxification. It's both an art and a science. Science because when you follow it, you get the results. But an art because you have to listen to your body. Not everybody has the ability to do a dry fast, long fast, or go on a fruit cleanse. So you have to choose the pathway that's good for you. Once you know the tools of how to heal, then pretty much it's up to you to at your own pace. My point. Use it at your own pace.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Is it okay to mix like lemon and grapes together,
Yes, you can. They go
like in
together.
a juice?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you for your
Very
help.
powerful. Okay. Okay. Thank
Okay,
you so
thank you
much.
very much.
You're welcome. Okay, did I miss any question here? Let me see. Oh, yeah. Helia. Helia? I'll bring you up. Let's see if I speak. Okay. So please accept it and come up, please, Helia. Give her a moment and she should be up. Helia, I just invited you. Accept it and come up, please. Let's see. um, Helia, perfect. Okay, here we go. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing today?
Finding you. Sorry, I had to figure out how to accept it.
It's okay. It's okay. Am I saying your name correctly?
Helia.
Helia. Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay, please ask your
Yes.
question.
Yes, I have a couple questions. One is that I've been having experience like a burning sensation like in my head and then also on my left back shoulder. And
Okay.
then sometimes I can just rub across it and I'll feel like it feel like a scab, but I haven't been, scratching it, anything like that to form a scab. So, do you know anything what that possibly could be?
So you said you have a burning in your head region, and a burning
Yes.
in your upper back is what I heard.
Yes, like near my shoulder, my upper back on my left side.
Okay. Yeah. And when you say burning, like is it like obviously internally, like you feel like you're hot inside?
Yes, and it's feel like it's like burning.
Okay.
Almost like a burning, tingling feeling, but not itchy where I want to scratch it.
Yeah. Okay. So whenever you have any kind of tingling, burning sensation, is your nervous system is the problem. Okay. Pins and needles, any kind of hot feeling in your body, so your nervous system is weak. It's telling me your nervous system is being compromised. So we need to strengthen your nervous system. That's what I would do personally. You don't want to take your nervous system lightly. It controls pretty much everything, and you know it can get worse. So what I would do personally, I would change my diet. I don't know what diet you're on currently. Are you on a
Right
red?
now I'm on a alkaline vegan diet.
Okay, okay. So the alkaline vegan diet is fantastic for you. Like when you're coasting, when you there's nothing really wrong with you. You go on an alkaline vegan diet, it's good for you, and it can actually heal people who are coming from a standard American diet. But when you start hitting such stuff like that, you want to jump on the raw, and get your body your lymph
Okay.
system moving. Okay, your lymphatic system is compromised, is affecting your nervous system. So you would need herbs to address your cerebellum or your head region. So because you can feel the burning in your head region, I would take herbs on my website called the circulation tincture or the neurological tincture. Neurological tincture is one of the best ones you can use. It's for the nervous system. It's called neurological for brain and nerves. I would use that. If you can't get the formula, you can't afford it. Look at the herbs that are in there and try your best to get what you can. And then you want to clean your bowels because there's a nerve center there, the solar plexus. And then you want to work on your adrenal glands, also responsible for the nervous system. And jump on the 100% fruit diet I mentioned, mixed fruit or grape only diet, and work on your kidneys. This is all kidneys and lymphatics. So make sure you use herbs for your kidneys and lymphatic system. If you do so, it doesn't seem like it's intense yet. You should get relief and you should get better. Okay, it's a
So you said the
circulation.
neurological tincture off your website, and what else now? Right now, I currently do
This,
have your Fab Five
yeah, that's a good one.
tincture, and then I have the what is the microbiome tincture?
Okay, antimicrobial.
Yes, and then I have the circular down though.
Yeah, so down is fine. It still help you if you can get the one and the neurological, and then add the adrenal gland tincture, and then you're pretty much good to go to what already you have.
Adrenal gland. Okay.
Yeah, adrenal restorative tincture. It help build the adrenal glands. That's what I would use. Okay.
Okay. Now, I actually tested, to see if my kidneys was filtering, and
Hmm.
I left my urine in there for over 24 hours, and I didn't see anything in there.
Yeah.
So, um,
Yeah.
they're not
Well, I mean,
filtering.
yeah. See, most people. Okay, the term "not filtering" is actually incorrect. You probably filter to a minor degree.
Okay.
But I mean, if you don't actually see it in the urine, then yeah, you can make the assumption that it's not filtering properly at all. So that's your goal. You need to get kidney filtration quickly. Okay, and unfortunately, some people they will see results quickly for the kidneys. Some people it takes a bit of time, but add some dry fasting in there with the fruits, and then the dry fasting tends to help with the kidney filtration. If you are proficient in it, maybe after a week or two, you can try like a 24-hour dry fast, move on to a 48-hour dry fast, if only if you're able to. Okay, it tends to help you with the kidney filtration.
Okay, so dry fast meaning nothing to drink, nothing to eat at all for 24 hours.
Yeah, but don't jump. It seems like since you have not done before, don't jump into a 24-hour dry fast. Try 12 to 14 in a day, and then build up from there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it includes your sleep. So if you go to bed and you sleep 8 hours, that's part of the dry fast. When you wake up, you add the appropriate number of hours to that 8 hours, and so it could be 12 to 14, 16 hours, etc. And then as you get stronger with it, you can build up, go at your own pace because the dry fast is very strong. Okay, but you always want to go on the fruits first with the herbs, then you graduate to the dry fasting.
Okay, yeah, I tried to do the grape only, but like the one lady was saying, she has acid reflux. I have a problem with acid reflux too, and when I eat too many grapes, then it does causes my reflux to
Okay.
be bothered.
Yeah, so find the fruits that you can tolerate. I only mentioned grapes because one of the strongest ones, but you don't have to take the grape. You can use any other fruit that, apart from the avocados, the coconuts, and those ones. Whilst I enjoy them and they're good for you on a regular diet, you don't want to be using them when you're cleansing because they're heavier and they tend to slow things down for you. Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
but yeah, just do what I just suggested. If you want to reach out to me on my website, if you need further questions, feel free and do so as well.
okay, thanks.
Okay. Thank you for your question. Okay, so one more person. Let's see. Monica. Okay. Hi, Monica. I invited you. Just accept it and come up.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi, Rob.
Hello. How you doing today?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you perfectly. I have a question, and the question is this skin condition called, and I'm going to try to pronounce it properly, tinea versicolor. And what causes it when it comes out on somebody's back? And this is something that they would have, let's say, a few years back, and it would go away, and then it would resurface in about 2 3 years, and then it would go away, and then it would have come back in the last 5 or 6 months, and it doesn't seem to want to get better. What causes it? What can they do? And whatever
Um.
information you may have on
Okay.
it.
Well, I'll tell you from a natural point of view because these names are created by
For
the medical
sure.
exactly right. I don't go by that, but it's basically a fungal issue, a skin and fungal issue. So if the person has a fungal issue, then it's telling me that their adrenal glands are definitely weak. If the adrenal glands
Okay.
are weak, you're going to have a sugar problem. So sugar problem. When I say sugar problem, I don't mean that they're diabetic. I mean that the sugar is not being used properly, and therefore they will attract a fungus. So you have a fungal issue. So this condition is mostly fungal. So
Uh-huh.
you would need to strengthen adrenal glands and use herbs to fight fungus, like the antimicrobial tincture on my website or the parasite C tincture. And unfortunately, you have to he or she would have to be on it for a good 3 to 4 months at the very least because
Okay.
this is deep set. And then of course I'll jump on
Wow.
the regular cleanse like the 100% fruit diet with the Fabulous 5 as a base, and work on kidney filtration. Very important. When you have skin issues, your kidney filtration is weak, and work on adrenal glands as I mentioned. Work on your lymphatic system. And then give it time. That's all. The diet though is crucial. I mean, he or she will see flare-ups without a question because this kind of condition is more to the chronic side, and you will see the flare ups as you do
Okay.
this. Okay.
Okay. So a question on that. You mentioned the adrenal tincture, and the other one was the pro
And the antimicrobial and the
anti.
parasite
Yeah.
C as well.
So, and then later you mentioned.
The thing is breaking up. I didn't hear you. Hello. I think we got cut off a bit. Let me see. A few minutes.
Can you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I apologize. I apologize. So I'm gonna ask my question again. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, what I want to clarify is first you mentioned the two tinctures, and then later you mentioned the Fabulous Five. Would those three have to be taken together, or first start with the Fabulous Five, and then the other two?
No, altogether with the diet
Okay.
change. Yeah, you're gonna spend money and invest in herbs. You want to do the thing proficiently and so that you
Exactly.
maximize your investment, right? You don't want to do it in stages.
Hmm. For sure, for sure. So, my next question on with regards to fruit cleanse or eating only fruits. I, in the past, have done the melon fast and I loved it. It worked super well. And then I also tried the grape, which was awesome as well. But with the grapes, I found that I would get these stomach cramps. What causes that, and what can I do to not have the stomach cramps when I have um, grapes? Or I also noticed that same experience with apples, the stomach cramps.
Um, so I mean, I would have. I've said many times before. The fruits express what's in you, and those fruits, especially, they're astringent. The apples, not so much, but especially the grapes. So they
Uh
tend
huh.
to pull out the lymphatic system. It can cause cramping. Cramping is
Uh huh.
neurological, as you may know. So your nervous
Wow.
system is being stimulated somehow by consuming these fruits. They're organic, I presume, right?
To be honest with you, I would get them at the European food store. So
Okay, yeah.
Ontario grown, I have no idea.
Okay, so it's possible that the pesticides can cause it as well because remember
Okay.
the body has to react. So
Yeah,
in
good
general,
point.
any kind of soft fruits, I make sure it's organic because they are sprayed too much, they're too heavy. You can't clean them off. Even
Yeah.
if, when we put them in baking soda, you do get some off, but the level of
I,
spraying they do on these soft fruits is very bad. Apples too
yeah.
are well known to be sprayed. So it
Okay.
could be the pesticides, but if it's not the pesticides, I would just find another fruit that I can tolerate until I do it for a few weeks, and then you should see that the grapes and the apples are they won't cause that cramping for you.
Okay. Okay. And if I wanted to continue, like or do these cleanses again, can I do, let's say, like a week on a grape and a week on the melon, or what would you suggest?
You can do that. You can do like if you want to switch it up, do a week on grapes, do a week on lemons, or you can combine the lemons and the grapes, or you can just do mixed fruits. I mean, sometimes we all have emotional. Let's say you plan for a 7 day grape fast. Maybe on day four you don't feel you feel like you want something different. Don't beat yourself up, and you can have some mixed fruits, or you can even have
Okay.
some raw vegan. Ideally, don't do it. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you have to listen to yourself. I mean, there's nothing
Exactly.
worse in trying to do a cleanse when you hate doing it, and then it becomes a pain. Like you have to
Yeah.
use your mind and your own judgment. But in general, if
Yeah.
you're in trouble, if you're in trouble, I say go 100% grapes. Don't even look back. In your case, no grapes because it affects you. But you pick a mono fruit and you go all the way out. You do what you need to do. But if
Okay.
you're just coasting, you can have fun with it.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So okay, here we go. Okay, okay, guys. So thank you so much for coming on. I don't think there's any more questions here. I will do this more often. I'm so glad I came and did this. I think this is my third time I'm doing this, but I'm learning about Clubhouse, and I intend to dominate it and do very well in it and help spread my message even further. Thank you for so much for coming on. You took the time to be here. I'm very grateful. I'm very humble as always that you are here. Please do follow me if you are not currently following me. Click my face and it allows you to follow. Press the follow button. You will not regret it because I give you all the information I possibly can for free. Okay. Thank you again. Have a blessed rest of the day. I will come back soon. Thank you again.